YouTube? Welcome back to this game, LA Rush, the best game ever made. Last time we did some more fun races. I talked at length about Winnie the Pooh movies that don't actually exist. And we did a knockout race, and I only had to restart it once. So that was pretty cool. Let's jump in the water. Whee! Yes. Wow, that camera was perfect. Anyway, this is the first time that I think we've started a session, and it did not start at my dude's house. It's actually started in the worst part of the entire town. I have to drive away from here because not only is it disgusting, but we have an acquire, an acquire for La Rouche. Had another stupid dream last night. Well, I mean like a few hours ago. That's not actually the story that I wanted to tell, but since it's on my mind, I'm gonna tell it. So, if you'll remember from the previous session, so I think like 4 parts ago, this one was not as, you know, weird as the previous one, because this one I think I've actually had before. So basically what it was is that it kind of starts out, it's kind of like, okay, it's basically just why do you have to exist, you asshole police officer? 2 stars, and this guy thinks, oh, I'm just gonna fucking murder him. Yes, good decision, and now I have 4 fucking stars, and now there's even more police officers spawning. I'm having fun. Already having fun. So basically, the dream was the Purge. Except, not the Purge. There's this, like, theme park, and, like, the dream starts off with it being like, oh, there was some things that happened in the last year at this theme park, oh my goodness gracious. And, basically what it was is that there was this group of, like, I don't fucking know, like, crazy people that were, like, called, like, rioters. Not like the rioters, not like, you know, anything other than that, but literally just rioters. Man, the stunt has gotten off to a spectacular start. I have a really good feeling about this attempt at this stunt. A really good feeling about this attempt. Oh my god, which way do I go? Oh my goodness, we're going off the jump. We're going off the jump! No slow motion camera though, unfortunately. And I didn't even make the jump, so nice. Very cool. Well, that was about the worst start to a stunt that I have ever had in this entire playthrough so far. So basically, like, dream stuff happens, and, like, there's one part of the dream where I looked on Twitter and I have exactly 82 notifications, even though your phone will say 20 plus. Well, I looked on my phone and it said 82 notifications, and I'm like, oh, what did I do now? And apparently, like, some of the drivers in NASCAR saw one of my rant videos again, and, like, they brought it up at, like, an awards ceremony, and, like, so what they did is that they hired this guy to play as me, kind of like in a Saturday Night Live-esque sketch on this show. And, like, everyone was saying, there he is, the man himself, and I'm watching this clip on my phone, and I'm like, that's not me, that's an actor. It's like that episode of SpongeBob, right? Where they're doing the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy movie, and they got actors and whatnot. Yeah, that's basically that's what the dream was, except, like, Red Bull was sponsoring it for some reason. It was a very odd circumstance all around. Surprisingly, though, that's not the most odd part about this entire endeavor. Is this a double nitrous? Oh my goodness gracious, and that's the very end over there. And I actually got it. Wow, I almost didn't get it. No wonder you needed 2. No wonder you needed 2. Oh, I'm on the 2 wheels! Speaking of 2. Nice. I won the 05 Concept 07. Sick. Anyway, so we're, like, at this theme park, and, like, we're in line. Actually, we're, like, at a theme park, but at this point we're, like, at a KFC, but it's like a KFC buffet. And, like, we're in line, and there's, like, no chicken out. Like, everything that's out is, like, vegetables and shit. And, like, I'm standing in line, and I'm looking at everything on the buffet, and I'm like, what is this shit? And I want to go to a different restaurant, but my parents are already, like, halfway down the line. Like, my entire family's here, right? And they're already halfway down the line getting stuff, so I'm like, well, I guess I have to stay here. And like, there's these weird kids in the line, and they're like being dumb, so I'm like being dumb with them because I'm bored and I don't want to eat anything. And then I kind of just leave the premises, and like, all of this is taking place like over like 2 hours of in-dream time. So like, we're here, we've been doing stuff here for a while, and there's also a part of the dream where like, I'm like, I have these dog-sized cats that act like dogs, but they're cats. And it was just an all-around strange circumstance. So I leave the buffet, and I go outside, and I see there's this monster truck, and I'm like, okay, this is probably part of the act, you know? But like, the monster truck is like just running this dude over, like just brutally murdering him, and I'm like, okay, maybe there's just an accident going on, or like a personal dispute. And then I look down, and there's these, we're driving a GTO. Yeah, I don't know what Games from 2004's obsession was with the new GTOs, but I've never liked the new GTOs. Like, they're crap. Oh, hello. This man nudged me and he took away 5% of my health. Wow. What a joke. Anyway, we're just got a straight line right back to my house. Except no we don't. Except no we don't. That's a wall! I should have assumed as much. Yeah, that just took 20% of my health right there. Arrest me. Thank you. So yeah, but then I see this monster truck running this dude over, and I look down and I see these other workers, and they're like also looking at that like, yeah, I'm not having any part of that. And then suddenly this dude just starts getting stabbed down there, and he's just fucking brutally murdered. I'm like, oh shit, it's the rioters from like 2 hours ago in the dream. So it's the purge all over again, and they're just murdering people, and like they leave like spray tags to denote that they've been there, so, you know, none of the other rioters go in or whatever. It's like, it's fucking wild, dude. I have this entire lore in my brain for this random dream. You know? And, like, I get out of there fine, like, I have to go back through the building and I don't find anyone, but I get out fine and I'm running away, and that's when I wake up. And, like, the instantaneous second that I wake up, I realize, you know, if this was like any other dream that I've had like this, I would have had to go like back in there and like save my family and shit, you know. But obviously I didn't because I woke up. Anyway, I thought I'd share that story because, you know, I've been having some strange fucking dreams lately. And like, I don't know if it has any correlation with the fact that I stopped drinking caffeine. Because like, I've noticed that I used to have like the most vivid dreams back when I was still in high school, and I didn't drink as much coffee as I did, you know, today, or like, you know, before I stopped drinking coffee like I did anymore, right? I didn't do that. I did drink a lot of coffee in high school. I just didn't drink nearly as much, and then it kind of is like, as I was getting older, I just thought that, you know, as you get older, you just stop having these vivid and memorable dreams. Now that I'm off caffeine and I'm like starting to have these again, and it's like, you know, it's possible that the reason that you forget dreams as you get older is not because you're actually, you know, getting older. It's because you are drinking caffeine. Like, that has something to do with that. I don't know, man. Alright, well, this is the last thing on planet Earth that I wanted to do, but, you know, this physics engine is just ridiculous. Okay, we're going up here. I keep losing health. That man over to my right was not having a good day. So, alright, looks like we're going this way. So that's my story about my dream. I have a different story. I was thinking about this a couple of days ago. And this game is actually one of the games that I played with a friend of mine. See, when I was young, I actually did have friends. It's very weird, you know, something that you wouldn't expect from a YouTuber of my caliber. Actually having interpersonal relationships at some point in my life. Well, I did. Keyword is the past tense of that phrase there. Keyword is past tense. But this was one of the games that I played with that dude, and this dude was when I lived in South Dakota the first time. And I would hang out at his house, and that's where I first played Need for Speed Most Wanted. That's where I first played this. My car is not stopping. The brake pedals didn't work. Well, I definitely lost way more health than I should have, so that's bullshit. But, I mean, that could have been worse. 23%. Eat my ass. That's somehow second. Should have been like half that. $4,000! Are you serious? I have no money. Money is not something that I have at this point. At this point in my life, money is just not happening. Anyway, I played this game with this dude, but like me playing this game with this dude and other games with that dude is like really not even the basis of the story. It gets weird, okay? And I was like in 3rd grade and he was in 5th grade and it's like, ugh.
So you got
nothing sexual.
Why would that surprise me? There's some more fools looking to get took. Go do the take.
Thanks. I appreciate the phone bill. Yeah, so the dude's like, you know, it was nothing sexual. Like, there was no connotations there whatsoever. Is this race 3? Is this race 6? See, it doesn't count it counts those. So is this street race 3 of the plot missions, I'm pretty sure. I guess we'll drive the GTO for a while. It handled okay. I mean, it feels kind of crap in comparison to everything else. Let's actually check out that concept that I just unlocked. So, me and this dude hung out for like 1 school year, and then by the time I got to 4th grade, like that summer from 3rd to 4th grade, I really didn't, you know, do anything. See, the only reason that I knew this dude is because he lived across the street from our bus stop, and this car is the same as basically every other car. Cool. All the cars have the exact same stats as that. Look at this. Every single one of them in here almost does. Look at this. God, they're all the exact same stats. They should have added a 6th tick just to be able to make some more differentiation. Instead, we drive all the same cars. See, it's the same stats for all these cars. But yeah, I want to drive the Blue Gladiator. So the only reason I knew this dude is because we were on the same bus stop and we like literally lived right across the street from it. It was crazy. But like we hung out like outside of school and like at school we talk about shit. And this kid had, I talked to some real bullshit artists back in the day because at this school there was at least 3 people that filled my head completely full of shit. And it was great. I loved it. Having a friend was cool. But yeah. So, this dude that I'm talking about, the guy that lived at the bus stop, he told me that he had LA Rush 2. And I was like, holy shit, this game's really awesome, and it like just came out 6 months ago. But you're telling me you already have part 2 on your GameCube? Oh shit, let's go. So yeah, he was totally like, oh yeah, man. LA Rush 2 was insane. And like he's telling me all this stuff about how it's not just in LA, but it takes place all around America. And I'm like, and I'm just hooked. Because this dude's spinning a goddamn story and it's just insane. And he's like 2 years older than me. So what am I gonna do? Not believe his ass? Like, come on. Come on. He was the most trustworthy narrator that you could possibly think of. The man was 2 years older than me. What was I gonna do? Not believe his ass? And then, and another one he said was that there was this game called Dodge Charger. That's what the name of the game was. But you didn't just drive Dodge Chargers. There was also other cars. And I'm like, yo, dude, this game sounds fucking amazing. And like, it's like a Google Earth type game where like everything on the planet's like playable and you can drive around all over the world. It's like The Crew, except 15 years earlier. And actually good, right? $6,000 into this race. I better win first prize because I'm running out of money again. And I do not want to do busy work races. Maybe I should stop doing the knockout races for completely pointless cars. I'd have an extra $45,000 right now. If I had. If I had. Dumbass. I'm a dumbass. Yeah, and this dude fucking tells me that he's got this game. And I'm like, yo, dude, can I come over to your house and play it? And he's like, well, it's actually at my uncle's house. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. Well, maybe when you get it back, we should play it. And he's like, oh yeah, dude, hell yeah. And then the most fucked up part about this is that after we didn't spend any time during the summer together, I came back and like he was, I don't know if he got held back or something, but he was still on the same bus as us in the morning. So like I would be like, and I'd be like, yo, Steve. And he'd be like, who are you? Like, literally one day, I was on the bus by myself because we didn't have assigned seats anymore. We had assigned seats on the bus. I think I've talked about that before, and that was awful. Just pure cancer, but anyway. We happened, I mean, just by pure happenstance, it was me and Steve and this other jackass that had to sit on that in the assigned seat. Just pure fucking luck. Pure fucking luck. Like, that's probably the reason that's probably the only reason we were friends, honestly, and the fact we lived so close by. Anyway. I was by myself in the seat because no one liked me, and like he was behind me and he was talking to this kid, and then like he leans over to talk to me, and I'm like, yo, and like he says, hey, what's your name? And I'd be like, bitch. I literally said, what? Like, that's the only thing that I said. Only thing that I said. It was just like, how the fuck are we gonna go? Are you gonna tell me that you played LA Rush 2? And then you have the nerve to ask me what my name is. Bitch, I should be asking for your sources. Where are the receipts, sir? Show me the receipt for LA Rush 2. Show me the concept art. Because literally, I would go on my mom's computer and I would look up cheat codes, and I'd fucking look for, you know, I'd always search on Walmart for LA Rush 2, and I'd be like, yo, I want this game. It should be brand new. It should be out. Walmart should still be carrying it. I didn't know about Amazon back then, but like, maybe Amazon would have had it. It's like, bitch, you told me this game existed. You said you played it with your own hands. He said that there was like voice activated stuff where you can yell at people and tell them to give your money or stuff. And it's like, I think like there's games like that that existed back then. This is 2005. Why do people keep pitting me? Every single fucking race. We've got assholes trying to pit me. This fucking dude spins me a story about LA Rush 2, and it doesn't even exist. I looked for LA Rush 2. I looked for the game called Dodge Charger. Right? They didn't exist. Man was lying to me. Man was bold-faced lying to me. What a prick. And like there was this other kid that did some kind of similar stuff. Like he said that oh, this is the end of the race, and he's fish selling. Get fucked, you stupid son of a bitch. You tried to pit me, you shitty, salty spittoon motherfucker. But I'm driving on the sidewalk, and you can't do shit. You can't do shit. I'm the winner of the race. It's me. The money's mine. Yeah. In the Blue Gladiator. See, this is exactly like Tigger in the Winnie the Pooh Need for Speed universe. Absolutely destroying people in his Nissan Skyline. There was this other kid that said that he died, and like, oh, I just doubled my money, hell yeah. He said he died, and like he was reborn as a ghosty, and like, basically, I've believed in ghosts since like age, you know, like the very first instant, like the very first time that some authority figure in my life explained to me what a ghost is, I was like, oh yeah, that definitely exists. Yeah, that definitely exists. And this fucking kid, he fucking comes up to me like, yo, dude. Yo. So let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story. Let's go behind the bushes and talk about this. What's this dude in pajamas wandering around with his hunchback? Look at this man. Yeah, you better run.
And Liddell, though, he can get pretty inventive when it comes to hiding. Guess that comes natural when you're a coward at heart, huh, T? Go get you another.
Yeah, Liddell's the hide-and-seek champion 2005, that's for sure. This fucking kid tells me that, yo, so when I was really little, I was going up this slide, right? And like I was climbing the ladder to get onto this slide. But I fell off the ladder, and when I landed, I died. But I was reborn again. And now I'm half ghost. Half third grader. And I'm just sitting there like, yep, makes sense. I was not a bright child. I like to talk myself up as some kind of child genius. But you see, the thing is, when it comes to intelligence, academic intelligence is not really a measure of anything other than exceeding in academics. Because this is the way that I've always thought about it. We always talk about how theoretical physicists and like astronauts and neurosurgeons are like geniuses and like the highest tiers of our society. But if you ask them how to fix a fucking alternator, in their Mack truck. They ain't gonna know that. But Jimmy, you know, Jim Bob Smith, down at Bob's Towing, he's gonna know how to fix an alternator. He probably didn't make it past, you know, like 10th grade. Oh, we're in a Subaru. Oh, it's time to go for a rally. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Excuse me, friends. Coming through. Thank you very much. I will be taking the Subaru. Oh, it's a roadblock. Oh, it's a cock block roadblock. Oh, man, but they couldn't stop me. Can't stop me. I'm too good. I am, in fact, too good for this game. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. So you want to talk about how, like, you know, super geniuses and whatnot should be running the world when they can't even figure out how to run a dishwasher. It's like, what's an accurate measurement of intelligence? Is measuring intelligence by academic success the way to go? Or is it by practical knowledge? I don't know. It depends on the situation, because not everything in life is fucking black and white. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I was a very gullible child. So when this kid told me that he had died and was reborn as a half ghost, like some Danny Phantom bullshit, I was just like, yeah, probably. I don't see why not to believe you. You're like 6 months older than I am. Why would you ever have any reason to lie to me about such a thing? And yeah, so I hung out with this kid for like a couple of months right before I moved back. And like, he was always spinning some fancy-dancy bullshit about, you know, being the ghost. Please don't hurt me. Okay. I definitely could have lost less health than this, but this was without a doubt the easiest acquire in the entire game. Wow. That is 2%! 2%! I've drank milk with a higher percent than that. And it's still $478 to just... I mean, it didn't look great on the, you know, the screen, but, you know, it's just buffing out a fucking scratch, dude. $478 for that. Anyway, this kid told me he was half ghost, half child. And I believed his stupid ass. Hey, Ty. You know how you just called me 2 minutes ago? I already got the car. By the time you hung up last time, I already had the car.
Now that's what I call a high-end acquisition. Nice work, T. Now go test it out and win some jack for your vacation.
Win some jack. Win some jack. We're gonna have some frozen pizza. Oh, hell. Okay, here we are. Time for the retribution. Final retribution of the game. I think this one's like that one scene in Fast and the Furious where the cars drive out the window. I think. I want to say that's what this is, but this could be a false memory. Like that kid thinking that he was a ghost. Yeah, I don't know what that kid's deal was, but like we hung out for a long time and like he told me ghost stories and I was like, you know, yeah, that's absolutely true. And then he was the one who introduced me to Ghost Hunters. The original TAPS Ghost Hunters. I fucking watched like every episode of that from like 2006 to 2010. That show was amazing. Now, there is like no compelling evidence whatsoever that ghosts exist. But there's like little itty bitty bits and pieces that when, you know, like when you strip them entirely of context, it's like, yeah, that could be a ghost. It could be. I was gonna save this for a story time with Kamikaze, but like when I went to fucking Phoenix, I went to that detention center in Yuma because that's where where my uncle lives. He lives in Yuma, not the detention facility. He lives in Yuma, and I'm like, yeah, all right, let's go and do things. And like, he obviously hadn't planned anything out because he had nothing to do when I got there. And yeah, so we fucking went to the whatchamacallit, and yeah, and it was cool. Nothing interesting happened while I was there, but that night I had the most ridiculous dream. I don't even want to call it a nightmare. I've been calling it night terror, even though it's not a night terror. I didn't wake up screaming or anything. But like, it was the most real bad dream I've ever had. Because like, all I remember is that there were these two figures, these two black-clad figures with big white eyes. That's what I remember. Did the ground fail to load? Textures. Are there any textures to this building?
Hey T, Lydell's got some of his high-end rides sitting on a rooftop garage waiting for a photo shoot. I heard he ain't even insured them yet. Go over there and them beauty shot rides, then jump down to the freeway to make your escape.
Did they really just censor that? Okay, well. Hello. Yeah! Get fucked! Yep, you straight up are gonna push these cars off the roof. This is amazing. And if you fall off the roof, I think you lose. And I'm actually gaining time the more cars I push off, so this is phenomenal. Yeah, dude. This is just like that scene. At least, I think he put this one into park. I gotta get a bit of a run-up for this one. Subaru Revenge. Bitch. Go off the edge. Please. No, I'm stuck. Anyway, the weirdest thing that this kid did was, like, when I was leaving, he was like, yo, I mean, I know that we're probably never gonna see each other again. So today, we are going to solidify our brotherhood. And I'm like, are you about to slip my wrist and shit? Because I heard about that. I heard that's how people got AIDS. What is happening right now, dude? The physics. The physics disagree. No, he just put like a pencil into a box. And like I put like a paper airplane into a box. And like, I guess he buried it in the playground. I don't know if he had like any tools or anything in order to bury the things. Or if he just like made a 2-inch hole and just stuck it in. I don't know, dude. Anyway, we just knocked a bunch of cars off a building. And now the cops are after me. It's the 5-0. Officers. And we got some, and the fucking traffic's in on it. Don't forget that the traffic's still on it, in on it. And I'm in the mail. Words. I don't have to worry about damaging the car though in this one, so. That's fine. I don't have to worry about blowing up the car. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway. Oh no. Oh, now we're upside down. Oh dear, we're still upside down. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, that could have gone worse. That definitely could have gone worse. Anyway. Yeah, so I guess that's how we solidified our brotherhood, and I have not heard from him since. So, I don't know what he's up to. I don't know what he's up to. Hopefully his ghost powers are still active to this day. Anyway, that's probably enough stuff for one episode. Let's finish this retribution. Let's finish this retribution and end this episode and bring you back with some more stuff. Do I have to go all the way to my house, dude? What is this? Hello? Oh no. Oh no, we're in a construction zone. That's never good. Oh dear. Oh, this is not a wall. Okay, I can drive up this. Okay, that's a dump truck. Hello, officer. Please don't touch me. Ow. Yeah, nice roadblock. Very good roadblock. 10 out of 10. Woo! Retribution completed. That was a horrible time. Wow. Well, I died a few times, so that'll have me. $25,000 for blowing up this guy's cars. Why though? Who is giving me $25,000 to push some dude's Dodge Vipers off a roof? Who would do this? Anyway, yeah. End of the episode. Bye! Yeah! No! Oh, God! Oh, God! This is not how physics work! And, as you can see, we're kind of under fire right now, as it turns out. Yep. Yeah. You need more proof that Vigilante 8's the greatest game ever made. I am flying a fucking blimp. I'm flying a blimp. This is the greatest game ever made.